Chew! What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, back at you with another video. There's Sarah, she's in her nasty clothes. So today we're doing coilovers on the G35. I already have the passenger side installed. Just wanted to make sure this is something that was doable before I started recording. So what I'm going to do is just go over a couple of the bolts. Whoa, slippery mud, that you need to take off. So first and foremost, you need to remove this brake line bolt right here. You also need to come over here and remove this I guess sway bar end link down here. Where are we? We're gonna remove this bolt, pull it right out. And up here, they say you have to remove these bolts, but I just loosened them, so I was able to kind of wiggle this arm down, and then remove your brake lines, obviously. Then up at the top, you're gonna have your 3 bolts, which hold everything together. So what I would suggest is getting a little Dremel tool, and I have a little bit here that I've been using to clean all the rust off of the bolts, making things just a hell of a lot easier. You know, the last thing I want to do is snap a bolt here and be stuck in the driveway. So yeah, here we are, getting everything situated. So I guess when we get to the backs, we'll let you guys know what's up. Okay, so we got the driver's side on. Everything went pretty well. We ran into one little hiccup, and that was that this end link right here, this bolt, instead of this tightening up this way, this bolt would loosen off this way. Wasn't really into it, so I tried to take it off and it wouldn't come off, so I ended up having to cut it off with a saw. So for the time being, I'm gonna leave no sway link on that end, but with coilovers you really don't need it. I'm gonna go ahead and order that up Saturday, so probably Monday. I don't think I'll be able to get the part today. Aside from that, not too bad for the front. This side took a little longer than the next, or the other I should say, but we're gonna put the tires on, jack up the back, and see how everything goes, man. Alright, let's peep this wheel gap. Alright, so we got the fronts in, closed up that wheel gap just a little bit. I'm gonna spin the car around right now and put in the back. To be honest, if I was only after looks, I might just leave the front in because I kind of like the rake look, but I'm gonna pull it in backwards and get these rears installed. Okay, so just a little taste of you know, things that can go wrong here. It's the following day now, Sunday. On both sides I had a bolt break. Basically on the rear shocks, I have one of them on right now. I'll show you in a second. There's a kind of like a little welded thing here that the bolt threads into. I had these bolts both break off, and the bushing, I'm gonna show you here, I had to cut it with a hacksaw. The bushing was so rusted in here, it's all gone to hell. But normally what you'd want to do if your car wasn't a rusty heap of shit like this is undo this bolt right here. Up at the top you're gonna have 2 bolts, one on either side, and then you're just gonna lay your spring cup down, undo this bolt right here, pull out this spring. Now with my coilovers, I'm gonna have a spring that goes in here. Some are like spring and strut on one on the rear, this one is not, so the adjustable spring is gonna go here. And then I ordered a couple of these bushings, so I'm gonna have to wait a few days to get those in. I'm gonna see if I can rent a bushing push, like removal tool from like Part Source or AutoZone or something like that. I'm gonna try to get these bushings out. On the other side was even more of a pain in the ass. As you can see, the bushing's still stuck in there, so it looks like a metal ring around here. So I'm gonna have to get something that goes perfectly there and pushes the tool out. I know they have the tools. The bushings were kind of hard to find online. I had to order them from eBay. All the places that I found online were all like in the US, and they wouldn't ship to Canada. So, you know, these are the things that happen. But for the time being, what I'm gonna do is remove that strut. I'm gonna see if I can pull those off myself. If I can't, my mechanic is like literally 2 blocks down the street, so I'm gonna probably drop it down on just the stock spring. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Just take it down the street and see it. Like, if I can do it myself, that'd be great, but if not, I'm gonna take it down there, get them to push those out, and hopefully we'll insert some new bushings here in the next couple days and get this project going. So keep you posted. Alrighty, so we are back. Just got back from the shop. Luckily, I have an emergency go-to guy. Got these bushings knocked out and pushed the new ones back in. So I went to the dealership, stealership I should say, ordered a couple new parts. I got some new bolts for the bottom of the strut, that front end link that I had to cut, as well as a couple of bushings. I noticed that on the back here, a couple of bushings came off that were kind of crumpled up. I did have to reuse my top hats, which kind of suck, but for the time being, so now you guys probably saw from that last clip what we got to do. So what we're going to do this time around, undo this bolt. We're going to have to push this coupler down. Make sure you got a little jack under there to keep this from bouncing down, and you just got to push this down, pull out the spring. Now you may get a set of coilovers that have this spring attached, a 1-piece set. Mine is a 2-piece set, so we're gonna have to pull that spring out, take off this upper mount, and insert this little get up here, and that's going to be how we raise and lower this thing when we want to. So for the time being, I'm just gonna stop talking because I'm excited to get this stuff installed. It's Wednesday now. Originally started this project on Saturday, so this is just, you know, kind of the things that can happen when you're going through this installing stuff yourself. So we're going on day 4 of the install, so hopefully we can get these coilovers on today. And okay, so for these specific coilovers, what you got to do is leave the rubber grommet in here, pull out this top one, and what's gonna happen is your coilover, or the spring for the coilover I should say, is gonna sit inside here, and just make sure that that little end piece, you'll see that there's a groove down there. Where are you? Right over there, I think. Just make sure that you twist her into the groove. And then what you're gonna want to do is take this. Now I'm gonna readjust the height a little more as I drive these and let them sit, but you're just gonna want to put that up there, and as you lift the coilover, just make sure that it seats nice and tight up at the top there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down, do that, and get this strut in. So don't do what I did. I bolted this up and I forgot to put this plastic grommet. I got a feeling this is kind of important. So I'm gonna go ahead, put that back in, just to let you know, it's supposed to go right on top of here. So, alright, so once you get your spring seated in there properly, what you're gonna want to do is insert, well, I'd insert these 2 top ones up here first, and then I'd go down here with this bolt. Just it's a little easier to align everything that way. So this side is looking about done. So what I'm gonna do is just wrap it up and head it on to the next one. So this is what it looks like. Just got the rears installed. Still have to put on that front sway bar, but you know, I was too excited. Thought I'd do a little bit of a walk around. Don't mind this car. It hasn't been cleaned in quite some time. The front looking a little bit low. To be honest, these teen bases, I was looking into them, and apparently only the rears are adjustable. Now there is a mod that you can do to the front suspension by cutting off a piece of the sleeve, and you could get a little bit lower, which I may do, but for the time being, I'm just gonna run them how they are. I set them up to factory specs, as they would if they were like, well, because they were brand new. So I just went with the user manual and decided to set them up normally. So I'm gonna run them for a few days, see how they ride. If the ride quality's crap, I may not go lower, but if it's good, bearable, I may go back in and lower it. But for the time being, they still do have to settle. Looking at about just over 1 finger gap there, and just about the same here. So all in all, not bad. Dropped it just about as much as my racing line springs did on the Ultima, which I will be doing a video as to what happened, because everybody wants to know what happened to the Ultima. But for the time being, actually the backs are looking pretty low, man. I gotta say, like, in person, it's looking pretty good. Let's see what that subframe's looking like. You guys know them Ultima subframes are a pain in the ass. Yeah, so I guess we kind of cut our clearance down a little bit, but we do not have a giant wide pipe hanging like we would if we had the Ultima. I think that right there is the resonator. That's a little bit low, but I think we should be all right. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this install video, if you found it helpful, hopefully you guys found a few useful tips out of it by my mistakes. What I'd recommend if your car's an 04 or you know, you live in salty conditions, I may recommend getting those two back bushings. I was able to get them from Nissan for $12.99, so you know, it might be something good to have when you are doing this install, just so you don't have to wait to get the parts. Like I had to wait. I did it Saturday, ran into the problem Saturday, so I had to wait until Monday to order the parts. They didn't come in until Tuesday. I had to wait until Wednesday to get the bushings pushed out. So, you know, just something to know. I don't know, that's about it, man. So I'm gonna sign off with this video. Like I say, still gotta put on that front sway bar, driver's side sway bar end link. And yeah, so if you guys want to see a review video of the install, or the coilovers after the install, a few days down the road, let me know down in the comments section. Also, let me know what other kind of videos you guys want to see with the G. We're going in to get the clutch done, just waiting on a flywheel, so that'll be coming soon. That's about it, man. So with that being said, it's your boy Don Squally. You know, bit of a learning experience here with this one, but it is what it is, man. Here down at the lake, beautiful Lake Ontario. There's my flag, my Canadian flag. So yeah, that's about it, man. So with that being said, we're gonna call this one a video. Just want to say thank y'all for watching. We gotta go clean this piece of shit, man. Peace.